is very common in gay stories, and especially in the life of composer Samuel Barber. At age 9, he had a great secret that he had to tell his mother. So he finally left a message, a note on her desk, which reads, "Notice to mother, and nobody else. Dear mother, I have written this to tell you my worrying secret. Now don't cry when you read it, because it is neither yours nor my fault. I suppose I will have to tell it now without any nonsense. To begin with, I was not meant to be an athlete. I was meant to be a composer and will be, I am sure. I'll ask you one more thing. Don't ask me to try to forget this unpleasant thing and go play football. Please. Sometimes I've been worrying about this so much that it makes me mad. Not very. Love, Sam Barber." Wow. Can you imagine what letter he had to write to his mother when he finally came out as gay? Sam Barber was born in 1910 and died in 1981. He was born in Manchester, Pennsylvania, and he went to the Curtis Institute of Music in high school and in college. He was known right away as a great composer. In fact, his classmates called him the fourth B, meaning Bach, Beethoven, Brahms, and Barber. He also met one classmate who he hit it off really well, an Italian named Giancarlo Menotti. Menotti didn't know English, but both Sam and Menotti, both Barber and Menotti, knew French. So they became friends mostly because they both could talk to each other. Eventually, they fell in love with each other and would be life partners. They traveled to Europe together. Menotti would compose operas in one side of the house, and Barber would compose his own works on a piano in a different part of the house. And in fact, it was here where he wrote his most famous work, Adagio for Strings, which has been played at presidents' funerals and in honor and memory of 9/11. Barber was a private and secretive person, and in fact, the couple never actually called each other a couple, but instead they used the term loving friendship. However, neither pretended they were straight, unlike Tchaikovsky did. Barber and Menotti later would build a home in the woods outside of New York City, and they would support and compose even though they both were rather opposites. They did have a falling out in the last 20 years of Barber's life, and Barber would spend that time alone in an apartment in New York City. The lesson we can learn from Barber's life is that of secrets and courage. Barber was not a very open person. In fact, one biographer notes that it seemed the only place Barber actually fully expressed himself was through his music. This has been the experience of many gay people throughout time, too afraid to talk about their struggles, passions, desires, and fears. Learning the gay stories of composers will remind us that we're not alone and we can talk about these things, no matter what problems we're going through. If we talk more openly about the composers who called themselves different or thought of themselves as different, then the people who are different in our own community may have the courage to fully express themselves even more. Barber was able to find out how to express many of his secret feelings through music. And if we can better get to express ourselves with words and through music, then our music might change the world too. So the piece I'd like to perform by Barber is from his set of Excursions. So this is the third Excursion, Allegretto, and it's based on an old cowboy tune, actually, which tells us the story of walking down the streets of Laredo, and you see a cowboy lying in the dirt covered in white. And this cowboy also has a secret. The cowboy says, "Come over here. I have a secret. Let me tell you the story of how I died." Thank you.